Hello, everyone. This has been an impromptu live stream. The guys over at MixWare were actually trying to get their own live stream up and running, and they ran into some issues. So I volunteered to use my channel so they can come on and talk about, do their first live stream about their new printers that they have out in Kickstarter. So as camera person, we have Melissa He, who's actually behind the camera, I believe. And on front of the camera, there he is Wilson Chung. And so I'm going to hand it over to Wilson and Melissa to talk about their printers and what and the print quality they're getting out of their machines and so on. And I'm just going to be off here to the side and I'll handle any questions that do come in, if any do come in. So let me just switch over to put Wilson on as the primary. And Wilson, how are you today?
Yeah. 他说你怎么样今天
You need to get closer to the camera. It's a bit hard to hear you.
？Okay, close. 他说你靠近一点。他问你今天怎么样 ？Yeah, he's fine.
Okay, so Melissa's going to act as translator. Okay, perfect.
Okay,
Okay,
yeah.
so let's show us about your new machines that you have actually out on Kickstarter right now.
Okay.
No, don't tilt it. Go upright. It does not work.
Okay.
Yeah, that
Okay,
works
this
better.
way.
Yeah. You cannot rotate the camera. It doesn't work for the software.
Okay. So can we make an introduction of the products right now?
Of course you can. Yes.
Okay.
This is your time.
Okay.
这是 HyperX 3的 AEG，
嗯
就是我们在 Kickstarter 上面在上线。
Are you translating, Melissa? Because we cannot hear Wilson.
Okay. So okay, right now, so we have two types of 3D printers right here. So this one is HyperX, which we have displayed on the Kickstarter, and the other one is the Wonder here. It's a small one.
我们在打印这台机器可以打印这种尼龙的材料，这是尼龙的材料，尼龙材料。
Okay, so for this printer, we can print the nylon materials like the carbon fiber and the glass fiber. So you can see here, this is the product for the nylon.
这尼龙看起来这也
Or nylon materials. Okay.
Yes, it is also the nylon carbon fiber.
Oh, carbon fiber nylon mix. Very nice.
Yes, very nice.
这个是打印的 PLA 材料。
So this is also HyperX, but it can print another material. Like this is the PLA material filament. Yeah.
So what's special about the printer? What materials can it print? What is its temperature range and so on?
So actually, this HyperX can print very high temperature materials. So here we will show you three kinds of materials. So this one is the carbon fiber. They can print 这个是比较高温是多少度？
这个是300度打印的。
Okay, so you can print 300 degrees Celsius， 不是那个300度是吧？300 degrees Celsius.
On the hot end. Okay. So
Yeah.
you can do a lot
so
of
for
the
this
exotic
one is
materials.
the PLA. The PLA is 200 degrees Celsius. And so this one is the TPU, the very soft one. So the temperature is 210 degrees Celsius.
Okay. So you can do of nylons. You can do really high temperature materials.
Yeah,
Because of the hot end. Is it the same hot end, or do you have to make changes on the hot end to do the high temp materials?
都用这个，都是用这个喷头吗？一样的喷头吗？
这个打印这种低温材料的时候，我们会用那个标准喷头。然后需要打印这种高温的话，我们需要更换高温喷头，然后在设置里面进行切换。
Okay.
高温模式。
So we print three kind of materials. We use different extruder nozzles. So for this two with the lower temperature, we will use the standard extruder nozzle. But for this one, we will use the special nozzle that we made for the high temperature products. So we can make the control here, make the adjustment here.
Okay, it's a touch screen. Nice.
Yes.
这个是可以在上面去调节，这种模式。
Okay.
比如说 high mode setting， 就是高温的一个模式，这里可以选择。
So from this screen, you can make the adjustment and make the mode from here.
Oh, so you have you have a mode of normal and high temperature modes you can choose?
Yes, yes, right.
Oh, okay.
So after you change to the high temperature mode, you can change the extruder nozzle and then print the very high temperature materials.
Okay, so is the normal material all metal or hot end, or is everything an all metal hot end?
It's aluminum. It's made of.
全金属好的，all metal 好的，
全部都是是吗？
是
It's all matter, all matter.
All metal hot end. Okay, good.
PFE 的好的
This is a PTFE, right? Yeah,
，PTFE 的好的，
PTLE.
这个是小机器，这是这个
So we have finished the introduction of this Hyper S. So we are going to introduce you this one. Is okay right now?
Sure, it's up to you. This is your show.
Okay. So this is a very simple one. So it just has 3 buttons. There's the load, unload, and the auto leveling. So you can see here.
是 PLA 的材料，
This is the material, the PLA filament. So this machine can only print the filament of PLA.
Okay, but isn't it? Is that a Core XY printer?
Yes.
That is probably the smallest Core XY printer I have ever seen. It's normally Core XY is reserved for really big printers, but that's a Core XY.
Yeah,
it's a
it's
small
very
machine.
compact and it's
Yes.
very easy and safe. So it's you can use it without no experience, and it's for starters, for the children, for education.
Okay, with 3 buttons, how do you choose which file to print?
这个是尽量，
So you can see here, this one, this is the load feed, yeah.
然后点击一下切换退
And
料，
then you change it, will change to unload.
Okay, no, but how do you choose the file you want to print? Let's say you have 4 files on your SD card. How do you choose the file?
我们这里有个 U 盘，然后它会默认读取最新的一个 file。
Okay, so we have a USB disk here. So it will read the updated, the newest file to print the newest product.
Oh, so it only prints the newest file.
Yes, yes.
Okay, do you have an option for an application like on a cell phone to choose different files?
我们有一个 app 正在开发，
有一个
然后大概
什么
app，然后大概会在1月份我们会在中国发布，然后美国会在2月份发布。
Okay, so right now we are developing this app, which will be published in January in China domestic and will be released in American US in February, like this time.
Okay. How big is the build surface of that printer?
100毫米乘100毫米乘100毫米。
100 millimeters, multiple 100 millimeters and 100 millimeters.
And how big is the Hyper S?
300乘以300乘以400毫米，300 400。
You mean 300 millimeters? 300 400是吧？ 300 and 400.
Okay.
Millimeters,
Yes, tripod. Yes, you are correct. Joel Telling did a live stream on both of these printers in one show.
Okay.
Yeah, no, one of the audience asked about whether Joel, which is 3D printing nerd, did a live stream on this, and he did about 2 weeks ago, about a week or 2 ago.
之前有给那个主播做个直播，然后我刚刚没听清他说什么。
Can you repeat?
No, I'm one of the audience members. One of the guys here called. His name is Tripod's Garage. Is his channel on YouTube. He asked a question about Joel Telling. Did he do a show on a live stream on this printer? And I said yes. 2 weeks ago, Joel Telling, he's also known as a 3D printing nerd, did a live stream on both of these printers about 1 or 2 weeks ago.
1、2周前是不是也在这里做过那个 ？Yes, yes, yes.
在那个美国，
In US.
那个美国的一个主播就
Yeah, yeah. Wilson confirmed this.
Yeah, I saw the show, so it was really good.
Okay, so let's make a summary of these 2 printers. So the Wonder, I mean, it's very compact, simple, and easy and safe to operate. It's for starters and for the children, and you can make toys. But it's very safe. But for this one, Hyper S, you have many options for this Hyper S. it can print very high temperature materials, which reach to 300 degrees Celsius, and also you can print the standard filaments like PLA and TPU. So this is the selling points for each type of printers.
Okay, so if I may ask some questions, I assume the Hyper S has filament run out sensors, and it has. Does it have? It's got. It appears that it has lots of linear rails to support the structure. Correct?
Yes, yes， 那个有一个传感器嘛，对吧？还有一个下面。
我们这里这个机器下面是配有一个传感器，我拉上来给他看一下。
Okay, so we have the sensors here. You can see just.
这里有一个自动调整的一个。
Oh, ABL auto bed leveling.
Yes, auto leveling.
ABL 的一个，然后看一下。
And linear rails on the x-axis. Is there any linear rails on there's linear rails on the y? Is there rails on the z-axis also?
那 Z 轴上是不是也有一个直导轨啊？直线
我们的 XY 是直线导轨。
But for XY we have a linear guide rail.
Okay. Nice, very nice.
然后这个机器的话是主要的就是能打印一些柔性材料，非常优异，就是它的一个核心的一个点，也是打印非常好的一个柔性材料。
Okay, so the selling point, the key point for this printer is that it can print the very soft materials, the very ultra soft materials, like the
Because it's
TPU.
direct drive. Okay.
Yeah.
What is the softest material you have printed?
我们这个的话是87C 的一个软料硬度。
87C 是 ？It's 87C 是什么的缩写？
就是87C 就可以了。
Yes, 87C, the soft degrees.
Okay, 87. That's like a Ninja Flex type of material. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so we have finished the introduction of these two printers. So we are going to show you the items that we have printed.
这个是95A 的一个材料。
So this material is 95A.
That's normal TPU. Okay.
Yeah, this is 87C. The material.
Okay, yeah, that's much softer. Yeah.
Okay, so the weight of this is half of this material.
Yes, and much softer.
Yeah, one more softer.
We have a question. Is the nozzle change from the normal temp material like PLA to the high temperature? Is it a complex process or is it an easy switch?
换喷头容不容易？
它是一个比较快捷的更换的一种套件。
怎么换？有没有说一下？Okay, it's very easy to make the switch. Because we have a whole set here. 只是有一个套件是吧？
这里有一个套件。待会我找一下，其实我待会找一下套件给他们看一下吧。
只是里面换一个这个的吗？
对，里面换一个喷嘴的一个套件。
Okay, so from Wilson, we know that it's very easy to change the node. We have just needed to change a component of that set. So if you like, we can change it for you later on. Okay?
Okay, yeah, they'd like to see it how easy it is to change. Thank you.
Yeah, because right now he didn't find the tools. Maybe later we can try.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure. Come on, Jim.
之前一个放大版的 One。
Okay, so except these two models, we also have other models of 3D printers. There's a Wildcat here.
Delta.
It's Delta, yes, and also this the big size one.
Oh, that's
and
a nice
also
picture.
we have the big size for Wonder. It's the father like Wonder here, right? And yeah. From this aspect, you can see that the site is similar, right?
Yeah. Yes, similar design.
Yeah.
or
So
much
and
bigger?
also we have the dry device here. So before
Okay.
we print the materials, we can make it dry, which make the high performance for the products.
For
Okay.
drying the materials for the nylon and carbon
Yeah,
fiber and
yeah, yeah.
polycarbonates and so on.
It can create high performance, the better quality.
Yes, it does. Yeah, with dry
这也
materials.
是我们打印的一些产品。
Okay, so now we are going to show you some items that we printed from these two printers. So firstly, you can see that here is for the PLA, the PLA materials here. So you can see the items like this.
Oh, that's nice.
The tower. There's some toys and gadgets. Yes. So these are all made from PLA filament. So here, 这个是哪里什么材料？
也是 PLA 材料，是 One 的打印的 PLA 材
Okay,
料。
so this is also PLA that printed by Wonder, by this small printer. Okay.
Yeah. So the color change on the other prints, was that painted or was that different material that was it was glued on afterwards?
他们是组装的。
是组装. So we print each color separately and then we make assembly of them.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so this one,
这个是尼龙玻璃纤维。
this the nylon fiber glass fiber here. This made from
黄色的。
yeah, the yellow one. And also we can print the PETG materials and also the carbon fiber. Yeah, this is PETG.
这个是尼龙。
Okay, this is nylon. Yeah, you can see nylon fiber.
Very nice.
Okay, 这下面。
然后这个是尼龙碳纤。
Okay, this is the carbon fiber. 这个是一个车轮一样的。
这个是尼龙碳纤。
Okay, it's also the nylon carbon fiber.
Okay, so just one of those people who have just joined, we have 8 people. We have people watching right now, so just let everybody know we have the guys here from MixWare who are actually giving us a tour, an overview of their printers that they have out there. Some of them are on Kickstarter right now, and those of you who saw this on Joe Telling a few weeks ago, about a week or two ago, he actually did a live stream of both of these printers. The Hyper S is a high temperature, 300 degree hot end. And then they have a small Core XY as well, which you just saw on the shelf. And they're giving us an overview of their printers. And I decided they had issues with their live stream, so I decided to get them to jump on my live stream, and it was easier to manage it that way. And now we can get their live stream out, and we can get a tour and a look around their offices as well.
Okay, I understand. Thank you, Alan.
The company's called MixWare. And it's MixWare is the name of the channel, as the company. You can find them on YouTube or on Facebook if you look them up.
这个是那个 TPU 的材料。TPU 有2种，这种是 87C 的，这是 95A 的，这种是最常用的一种软材料，但是它的硬度比较高，而且比较重，所以我们有这一种比较轻量化的材料，轻量化的 TPU。
Okay. So this is what we are showing now is the item that made from the TPU. So we have 2 kinds of TPU. One is 95A and one is 87C. So the common one is 87C, right? You can see.
No, 95A is the common one.
Oh yeah, 97. Yeah, it's the common one. It's more light. Yes, more light.
Yeah, 95A is normal TPU. It's kind of stiff, and then the 87 is a much softer material.
Okay. Yeah.
这个会比
So
这个更硬一点。
Okay, so 87C is much more. 这个是 87C
这个是95A。
95A is much more stiffer than
Yes.
the 87C. Yes.
Yeah, there's a question here for you. I know you're showing us the parts, but there's a question about the Hyper S. If you put the Hyper S into an enclosure, because you need an enclosure for some of the high temp materials, can the electronic components survive okay inside an enclosure, or do they need to be mounted or put outside and the enclosure only enclosed the print area.
他的意思是有用封闭的一个机器嘛？
对，要放在封闭里面那个。
You can just answer the question. You don't have to go back. You can just answer.
Okay,
这个我们的尼龙呢，它是属于我们自己的配方，有自己的配方。然后配方呢是一个防止翘曲的，也就是它担心不封闭的情况下，它会翘曲。其实跟开裂，其实主要的因素，这我们要做好的一个准备是，一定要在干燥的环境下去打印。所以说我们只要保证干燥，它就不会有翘曲跟开裂的一个情况。然后这是我们特殊的一个配方了。
所以那他们打印的环境是肯定要干燥的，是吧？
对，封闭其实尼龙是不需要封闭的。只有 ABS 跟 ASA 这种才是需要封闭的环境。
这个材料是我们自己的配方，是吧？
对。
So normally, so when you print this materials, you need to put it in the not for this kind of material, not need to be in a closure environment because you just need it to be dry. It will be okay for this materials because the ingredients of this PL is made by us, so we can print here like this.
Yeah, but I mean high temperature materials like nylon or ABS, they need an enclosure. So the question was, will the electronics that are on the bottom of the printer, that actually the main board and the power supply and so on, that are in the printer, if you put an enclosure around a printer, if you want to print high temperature exotic materials, will the electronics survive and be okay in that heat, or should you put your enclosure around only the print area on top and not cover or not put the electronics in the enclosure?
I understand. 就是说，他说，如果说你因为他打印 ABS 或什么，他想搞一个罩子在上面嘛，你个罩子罩住全部的话，它的温度，比如说它打非常高的温度，那你罩住之后，它下面的那个会运行正常吗？因为你温度很高，你罩起来温度会更高嘛。
我知道，我刚才所说。
但是如果因为半封闭可能会可以，但是如果全部罩住，会不会有那个的风险？就会有那个电或者什么，温度太高吗？
因为我们这个机器的所有的配置已经开好模具了，所以不会再用一些打印件，然后我们更多的是直接用我们量产的配件，它是能耐温的。而我们这个打印机呢，主要的卖点是打印这种尼龙跟一种软性材料，其实我们不能打印 ABS 或者 ASA， 因为这种材料它需要密封环境，所以我们机器是没有做一个密封的一个处理，是因为我们不是打印 ABS 跟 ASA。
So Liam explained by Wilson for ABS and FLC ASA. So for these materials, this printer is not designed for this kind of materials, so it cannot work in a very closure environment. So we don't suggest to add the closure to this printer.
Okay, so if somebody wanted to, as long as they left the electronics exposed on the bottom and put the enclosure only in the top section, that should be okay because the electronics will not get hot then. They'll be normal operating, and it's only the upper part will be enclosed.
他说，如果有人确实想这样做，能不能在上面加个罩子，下面不盖住？
我目前还没有提供这个加盖子的一个。
我知道他是说别人用有没有关系？
如果你想用打印 ASA、ABS， 那你就需要对它进行一个
保温。只是上面但是上面下面不加。
它是可以的，只要可以打印环境那一个区域。
Okay, Wilson confirmed it's okay.
Okay, so guys, Eric, you asked a question. So as long as you don't enclose the electronics and you enclose the upper area only, you're fine because the electronics at high temperatures will run into issues, which all electronics will. So if you do go with a printer like this or this printer, just build your enclosure. The electronics are not covered and they're exposed so they can cool naturally, and the upper area of the chamber of the print area can be inside the enclosure. Okay, thank you guys.
Okay,
这个是我们比较优秀的，刚才说的一个，这个是我们比较骄傲的一个材料嘛。这个是非常柔软的一个材料。
这是什么材料？
就是那个 TPU 这种 TPU 的一个材料。
Okay, so this material, the item you see here is very soft. So this
Yes.
is also our key advantage of this printer. You see, it's very, very soft. We are very proud of this product
Yeah,
because
that's
it's,
really nice.
yeah,
Yeah. I can foresee that material becoming great wheels on future Android builds. That we'll do robot builds because it'd be really good for the wheels for robots.
yes, yes, yes. It's very, very soft.
Yeah, it's almost like a sponge. It'd be really good for over very coarse terrain or soft terrain like sand. It would actually really give you good traction.
Okay.
Sorry, we build some of us on some of the guys who are watching here build robots out of with 3D printers. We actually 3D print robots. So some of us who are into that, we'd use those materials for some of that functionality.
Okay. Okay, so this is the light cover that we printed from PETG materials. Yeah, you see?
Nice clean prints.
你可以靠近一点，
Okay.
可以
Can see.
靠近一点。
Yeah.
这是我们之前打印的一个。
So this is the items we printed before. You can see every kind of item.
这是我们做的几种，这是 One， 这是 HyperX， 这是那个 Delta 的3D 打印机，然后这个是那个大的 One 的放大版。
Okay, so this is the items we have used our modem to make it. You see, this is HyperX, this one, this is Delta, and this is the
The dryer.
放大版。
yeah, the something, yeah. So okay.
这是我们打印的一些东西。
So okay,
what slicers are you going to do profiles for your printer?
切片的是什么那个？
我们自己在 G-Cura 的一个基础上做的一个我们的版本。
G-Cura
就 G-Cura 的一个
Cura
去改造。
Yeah, so we updated our software based on the G-Cura. Yeah.
On Cura, okay.
Yeah,
Are you
yeah.
planning to do Idea Maker or Super Slicer? Because Super Slicer is becoming very
Slicer,
popular,
Idea
and
Maker.
so is Idea Maker.
目前我们在用的只有 Cura 啊，其他还有那个。
你们计划用刚刚说的那两种的
Idea Maker 还没有测试过，其他的我们都可以，就除了 Idea Maker 我们还没有测试过，其他我们都可以。
Okay, so as we haven't make the testing for the Idea Maker, so right now we cannot do it. 有没有计划呢？
我们还没有测试，但是我们可以去测试一下。
We will make the test in the future, in the near future.
Well, the community will do that anyway. The community will build profiles, but end users will always ask. But because everyone has their own preference on slicers, that's why I'm asking.
Yes, yeah. Okay, so yeah, we will try it, of course. So. Okay, so we have shown you all the items that we have printed here. You saw this, yeah, 这个也是。
Ooh, nice.
It's a dinosaur bones. Yeah.
A T-Rex.
T-Rex, yeah. 这个是什么材料？
这是 PLA 的材料。
Yeah, this is made from PLA filament.
然后我就跟大家介绍一下我们。
So right now we are going to the office. Okay.
Sure. While we're going there, I have a question. There's a question that's saying what print speeds and retractions have best results for your TPU prints. So what speeds have you printed TPU at?
没事。节拍是多少？
这个打它的，因为它的更柔软，我们目前只能用40的一个速度去打。
40秒。
40，也就是说40就可以了。
Okay, so for this kind of material, the very soft material, we will use the speed of 40.
Yes.
40.
这种95A 的呢
For this 95A,
可以用60的速度，最高能实现100的。
Yeah, we normally use the 60, but for the highest one, we use the 100.
Okay, for flexibles, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Okay, welcome.
So we're
Let's
going to get a
go.
tour of the office now, guys.
Yes, the office also have the tester here. You can see.
我们正在办公室里面呢测试所有的机器。
So in the office, we will test we are testing all the printers
因为
here.
今天星期天，所以只有没有人在上班。
So as today's Sunday, no one is working here until Wilson and me.
然后这是在客人提到的一些意见中，我们再对它整改。那
Okay.
个关于这个自动调频的一些升级优化，我们做了
Okay.
有很多的测试，就是为了实现它的一个调频。
Okay. So after the customer tested this printer, we have now make some modification right now. So we are optimize the auto leveling function of this wonder machine.
然后这个是我们也在测试的，这是昨天晚上打的。
Okay, so we are now also testing this one. This is printed by yesterday night. So you can see. Okay.
Yeah, it's a looks like a clean print. How many hours of testing do you do on a printer?
这个做多少个小时测试？
我们这个测试主要是测试这些皮带的寿命。
Okay.
然后这个已经跑了有3天了。
Okay, so right now we have tested this one for three days continuously. And the main point for this testing is to test the longevity of this belt.
Yeah.
The lifetime of this belt. And we also check the extruder nozzle separately. So here you can see.
That's a lot of that. That's a big spaghetti.
Yes. So we will check the feet. Yes. Yeah, we will check the longevity of the extruder nozzle.
As someone who has come down in the mornings and seen failures, I hope I never see a failure that big. That would be a nightmare.
Yeah, we have tested this for 8 months continuously.
8 months extrusion of spaghetti.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, hungry now.
That's every 3D printer person's nightmare is to come down and see a pile of spaghetti, but never seen one that big before.
Yeah. It's huge. So also this another one.
Oh, and it keeps going.
Yeah, another one. More.
Boxes and boxes of it.
More spaghetti, right?
More spaghetti.
Okay, so this is all the filaments that we have tested for the extruder nozzle. Yeah.
That is the ultimate failure.
Let's go to another place. So
这是我们以前做的一个机器。
Okay, I gotta come on. So this is another printer that we have made maybe a few years ago.
It's a nice small Delta.
Okay,
Deltas are very popular right now as well. Especially big tall deltas that can print really fast. There are some deltas out there that will do 150 and 200 millimeters a second prints, speed prints, and those are very, very popular at the moment.
Okay, I see. Delta 现在非常的流行，那个打得非常的快，特别大的 Delta。
我们会对这种材料进行所有的干燥。
Okay, so this is the dryer machine. Drying is for drying the materials here.
这是尼龙玻璃纤维。
This is nylon glass fiber.
这是尼龙的。
This is only nylon, yes.
这个是尼龙碳纤维。
Also the carbon fiber.
Yeah, carbon fiber nylon. Okay.
Yeah, 100. Yeah, 105. Yeah, like this
需要
temperature.
去除它的湿度，上面有一个排湿的一个气孔。
Okay, here it can remove the moisture here, the humidity here. Yeah.
我们其实最早做的设计其实这是8年前做的 SLA。
Okay, so we have started to make the printers 8 years ago, like this kind of machine.
SLA。
Oh, they are resin printers.
Yeah. Okay, so
very cool.
So we have 3 floors here. So this is the second floor for the showroom and the offices and the testing room. And the downstairs, we are going to the downstairs right now. 3楼是什么来着？3楼是还没有布置的一个预备工厂。Okay.
So we're getting a tour of their
Yeah, the two of our office. This is the warehouse here. As you know. Okay, this is the meeting room here. The factory for assembly is in another place. It's nearby here. It's about 1 kilometer, not 500 meters. Yeah. So this is the company's front door, front desk.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is the patents that we have got for the printers and for the components.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so this is another offices for financial department. Yeah. Okay. Like this. So this is 2 of the first floor. This is for the meeting room, for the offices of our administration and the financial department. So we're going back to the second floor.
So this is a design. This is an engineering and designing office, and then your production office is a separate building elsewhere, correct?
Yeah. And the production line is located in another factory, in another area. It's 500 meters away. Okay.
So Jerry, Jerry, you're asking this, and the guys at MixWare asked, we're trying to go live stream, and they had problems, and I saw them talking about it on their group, and I said, how about I set up a live stream and you come and jump into mine, and you can give people a tour around your printers and around your office while you're there. And they said, okay, let's do that. So here we are.
Thank you, Liam.
Yeah. Of course.
Thank you so much about this. Okay, so right now we are printing the product. So you can see here it's printing now. So do you have any questions for us?
Well, there was a question earlier on about switching the hot end. Is it a complex process to go from a standard to the all metal?
Okay.
But some people joined later. So while we're waiting on Wilson to come back, do you want to give a quick summary of the printers again while we're waiting on Wilson to come back?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So Wilson is going to find no matter to change the nozzle right now. So
sure.
You mean I have to go over to make the?
So the Hyper S is a 300 by 300 by 400 printer, and
yes.
it is designed for high temperature. So it has its hot end can reach 300 degrees.
Yes.
And it's an all metal hot end.
Yes.
Okay. And so. And
so Wilson explained that the highest temperature can be 350.
Oh, 350. Okay.
Yeah, but as the nylon carbon fiber, the temperature for this material is 300. So we only use 300.
So, but it does have a high temperature of up to 350 degrees, which is very high for very exact materials, and it has linear rails on the X and on the Y axis, not on the Z, but X and Y does.
Yeah.
It's all metal hot end. It's got filament run out sensors and all the other stuff. It's got and the fact that it can print really high temperature is really cool, because if anyone wants to go with those like carbon fiber materials and so on. And then the second printer, which is 100, which is the one to the right there, the small one, that's a 100 by 100 by 100 build area, and it's probably the most smallest and most compact Core XY I have ever seen.
信号不好了，卡住了，这么久都没卡出来，卡住了。突然卡住了。
掉线了吗？
它掉了还是我掉了？我不知道，没有声音了。它出去了。Majority. Assembly. 你看一下它是怎么回事？它应该掉线了，没看到人啊。我再退出。
Okay, sorry, we're back. We had a connection problem, but we are back.
Okay, so can you hear what I said?
I can hear you now. Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so just talking about the
这个 hot end 的话
the change of the extruder nozzle. So as I explained that when you change the nozzle, you have to open this front, this front cover, also the back cover, and then change the part that the number 6 part that is on the menu. You see this part?
So your nozzle drops out.
Yes.
Okay.
这个会掉下来是吧？
对。
Yeah, and then just assemble mount it on this piece.
Okay, so you basically actually drop out the nozzle and the heat break comes out as one unit. You put in a new one and you're done.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
这一个的话就是在这里。
Okay, so this one 这个不需要放喷头啊。
这里可以，它是一个快速更换的一个喷头，只要把这两颗螺丝卸出来，它这个会掉出来，这个会掉出
Okay,
来。
so for this wonder, so when you want to replace the new nozzle, you just need to remove this cover and then unscrew these two nails, and then the piece, the number 4 piece will drop, and then you just need to just mount another new one on it.
Okay. So, is there any reason why you cannot use the high temperature one and just leave that in there all the time and do that for all materials?
因为 Wand 它目前是针对儿童跟入门者，所以我们主要是以教育的一个用户人群来去定义这台机器，所以说目前还不支持高温的材料，但是我们会根据客户的需求，我们有机会对它一个升级，但是我们还在考虑当中。
Okay, because for this wonder machine, the main object, the main target for this machine is the starters, also the children under 7 years. So our concept that we can we want to make it easy and simple and very easy to operate. So right now we just use this one material, but we have already considered to update this machine to be used for people with higher experience. But at this moment, we didn't change.
No, but on the Hyper S, on the larger machine, the Hyper S, is there any reason why you cannot just put in the high temperature nozzle and only use that one only?
Okay,
and for all material types?
Okay, 他说为什么不用直接用这高温的那个打所有的呢？
因为高温的叫 all metal hot end， 它对软性材料跟 PLA 材料的一个润滑性比较差，所以说我们还是用 PTFE 的这种 PTFE 的 hot end 去打印的话，它的效果会更好。如果用全金属，
这个叫 PTFE 是吧？
对，这是 PTFE 的 hot end， 这是全 all metal 的 hot end。all metal 的 hot end 呢，它的打印这种 PLA 跟 TPU 的材料打印的效果没有这种 PTFE 的效果好。
Okay, you see, because this is all matter hot end, right? And so this is the PTFE hot end. So when you use this one, this very high temperature hot end to print this that two kind of materials, the effect will not be good.
Okay, so you recommend people switching. Okay.
Yeah, because they can make it the PTFE hot end. We are smoother. We more smoother for the materials. So which cause
So we have questions about the small Core XY printer. How much is that?
How much is that? 这个多少钱？现在
我们在 Kickstarter 是超级早鸟价是229美金。
现在是什么？
超级早鸟 Super Early Bird 的价格是229。
So as we have released on Kickstarter, the price for the first audience for the first buyers are $229 USD dollars.
Okay.
On Kickstarter.
我们未来会把它的未来的售价大概是300。
Okay. Because now we are just do the promotion on Kickstarter, so the price is very low. But afterwards, after we have finished the promotion, then the price will be increased to 300 more or less like this.
And what about the Hyper S?
Hypass is
我们它将来的售价会到$699。
那现在在
现在Kickstarter 是只需要499。
Okay, so right now on Kickstarter is $499 USD dollars is for promotion price and also for the super early bird price. But afterwards, we will increase the price to more or less $699.
Okay. Once the Kickstarter is over, will both of these printers be available on Amazon US and Canada? And Amazon
这
worldwide?
会不会把它在亚马逊啊什么的推广？
我们也已经有经销商在我们众筹接筹完之后，就是我们会有我们的客人去帮我们推动在亚马逊的销售。
So right now we have distributors planning to promote our products on Amazon. After we have done the promotion on Kickstarter, then we have started to promote our products.
就在明年的3月份。
Like around March. To
Okay,
promote it on Amazon, yes.
So they'll be around March or April of next year. It'll be available. Both of these will be available to purchase via Amazon.
两款都是是吧
Okay.
Yes, both types, both models.
Okay, great.
Okay.
这个是全金属的hot end。
Okay, so this is all matter hot end.
这是 PDF。
Some are brass, some are steel.
Yeah, this is PTFE.
Oh, okay, PTFE lines. Okay.
Yeah.
这个是100。
Okay.
Okay, so on the lower temperature one, the heat break is PTFE lined. On the higher temperature one, it's actually an all metal. Okay.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, so is there anything else you want to show us or tell us about your printers or? How long has your company been in operation? Because a lot of people who join Kickstarter are worried about new companies not delivering products. So how long has your company been producing 3D printers?
这两款机器都是由2019年就已经开始设计。
我们公司是什么时候开始？
公司是2015年。
Okay, so our company, our factory has founded in 2015. And we started to design these two models from 2019.
期间我们没有卖过任何的产品，因为我们想把产品做稳定了之后才推向市场。
Okay, so during this time, we didn't sell any other models to the market because we have been focusing on R&D and to improve the functions and performance of these two types of models. So that's why you cannot find us before.
But you have sold printers in the past, like your IDEX or your Delta printers that you showed and so on. You have sold those in the past, correct?
我们之前没卖过吗？
我们没有。
No, we didn't.
Okay.
一直在做研发。
Yeah, we have been focusing on the research and developing these two types because our main object are these two special ones.
Okay, and the IDEX machines or the Delta machines you showed there a moment ago, are they future plans or are they like designs you're thinking of releasing in the future that you showed a moment, the Delta printers?
这个是怎么样？这一起的是吧？
这是我们之前的一个产品，这是我们公司成立的第一个产品。
只是没有卖是吧？
是这一个。
只是我们研发了，为什么没卖？ Okay,
guys,
so,
while we're searching, while we're moving around here, if anyone has any questions, please start putting them into chat, and we'll get them addressed before we end the stream. So,
okay, so so since our foundation in 2015, we started to make these two types of printers, 3D printers.
Delta machines, okay.
Yeah, Delta machines.
然后我们后面
So from
这种是比较便宜的机器，但是因为我们不想再做一些克隆版本的一个机器，所以我们在做一些我们自己想做的东西，然后保持一个技术上的一个领先。
之前为什么2015没有卖啊？
因为这款机器其实我们一直在做开发，没有太过惯性销售，所以说我们想第一步是先 先卖这2款，后面我们这种也会卖的，但是现在先以这2款为主，后面会推进这些机器的一个。
Okay, so Liam, the whole story that when our factory was founded, we started to make these 2 types of 3D printers, but we only focusing on the developing, but we didn't sell at that moment. And later we want to make something special that has some special points. So we started to focusing on these 2 types. So that's why you cannot find us on the website or know our names before.
Okay, and have you been have you so you've not even been selling in the Chinese market, domestic market?
Before no, but from only this year， 在今年年初就开始已经卖了。
我们在今年的6月份参加了国内的 TCT 展。
Okay.
然后从那一刻起，我们才开始正式面向市场。
Okay, so for these 2 types, we didn't sell it before, and after we finished developing these 2 types, so we launched this. We launched this 4 types or 5 types at the same time. So we have started to attend the fair, the exhibition in Shanghai, domestic China, this year. So we started to promote the. So right now it's the time for sales, but before it's time for developing. Yeah.
So you've been So you've only been selling for the last 1 year in the Chinese market. Prior to that, it was for 5 years of research and development of machines.
Okay. Yeah. We just want to present the best products.
So there's another question there, which is by one of our guys who's in Canada, and he asks, "What would you say makes you stand out above your competitors? What's unique that makes you different to your competitors?"
Yes, okay. 他说我们的优点是什么？
我们的这个机器的核心是打印高温的材料。
但是我们有自己的专利啊，你之前说了。
我们的其实核心优点在它的一个喷头，它能打印非常软的材料，也能打印非常高温的材料。然后这是核心的一个点。这一款机器呢，它的核心点是我们不只是把机器做小，我们是针对儿童去做的一些，针对儿童使用情况的一些使用的一种它儿童的一种个性的一些设计在里面嘛，就我们就是冲着儿童去做的，就是。我们的这个机器的操作就是为小孩子而诞生，所以它考虑更多是安全跟易用性。我们这款机器不会是更多的体现它的一个高温性的原因，就是因为它路边用户还是小孩子，它是非常易用，然后它的一个尺寸啊各方面都比较符合教育的市场，所以说这2个，这个机器其实并不是把它做小，我们只是把它做得更智能化。
那你之前除了这个喷头还有别的吗？之前你说什么那个？
这些的话，包括里面的一些这里面的一些屏幕里面的选项，我们都是有做过一些优化，比如说它可以自检模式。
Okay, 那我先跟他讲。So Liam, sorry, let me make an explanation to you. So for HyperS, the first call competitiveness is the extruder nose on here. So we made it painted with our design. So it can print very soft material, very soft filament. As I mentioned, we can print the 87C, right? So the second point is that we have we have made the program here. It can do many functions, right? Like self-check, it can self-check the materials.
就是这个风扇温度这种都可以自检。
It can also check the fan and also the temperature.
Okay.
然后我们也在这一个模块，就是这一个叫材料检测模块，它不同于市场上的一些检测，它能检测断料、堵料，因为市场上的这些材料检测，它基本上只能判断材料的一个有跟没有，但是我们可以判断它的所有的 断料、骨头这种都可以进行一个分析。
And also we have this material checking device. So on the market, the device on the market can only check the material status. But here, from this device, we can check the more situation of the material, like if it is broken, if it is jammed, or if the materials are good for printing, like this.
Oh, so you have a sensor there to detect where it's broken, where it's jammed, where a filament run out.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
这里有一个轮子，
And here there is a weir inside. You can see the weir here.
Yeah, is it Marlin based?
这里可以看这里，
Modern based.
这里
Yeah, your firmware is your firmware based on Marlin?
Let me see. You can see here the weir.
It's an optical sensor, yeah.
Yeah, optic. Yeah.
Yeah, but no,
这是光纤。
the firmware of the printer Marlin, or is it a different type of firmware?
Firmware is 成型的是一个什么？
它可以检测，它是一个
他说
光
有个
电开关，它是一个光电开关在里面，就是怎么说呢？就是它的就是它是一个里面有一个检测器。
我先问一下他。Liam, so you mean here this piece?
No. The firmware that's on the main board.
Okay,
That's
这
the
是
software on the
成型的
main
这
board.
个。
Is it? Yeah.
主板
So you mean can you say it again?
Yeah, Marlin. Marlin.
Marlin.
我们这个机器的固件呢，目前是用的是开源的，我们叫 Marlin 的一个固件，我们也会对它进行开源。但是在我们销售完之后，我们完成这次 Kickstart 之后，我们会对它进行一个开源的一个处理，
开源是什么意思？
open source 的一个就是它里面的 firmware 就是它的固件，进行开源，就是我们会公开所有的固件 firmware 的资料。
Okay, so yes, this is you said Milan, yes?
Okay.
Marlin, yeah.
And
这是马林的固
So
件，我们会
就是the source code 就是它的那个源代码一样的是吧？
我们会公开它的那个。
Okay, so after we finish the promotion on Kickstarter, we will open all the files, all the firmware files for this part.
that's great. The community really likes that because they often like to make changes within a printer.
Yeah, they can make
So
change.
open sourcing the software is a great idea.
The source code, yeah.
Yeah, the source code. Some of the companies do release it and some don't, and those that do seem to have more success because features requested by or features wanted by the community get implemented much faster because it's available for them to design it themselves.
Yeah. I understand.
这个是一个升降的质检测试。
Okay, also this has the lift and the drop self-testing.
Okay, so it has built-in diagnostics as well, so it can check
Yeah.
its motion and so on.
Okay, so 这个讲完了吗？
这个
So this is the call competitiveness is for HyperS. So for this wonder on the market, the people just make the size small. But here we just design for the children. This is designed for the children, which is safe, more compact, and very easy. So it's best for the education for the kids to make toys.
Yeah. And that's why it's designed for PLA because it's got a 210-degree limit on the nozzle. Okay.
Yes. On the market, they also have the small ones, but they are not like this. They are not safe and not for children.
Yeah, and the fact that it's Core XY is a big thing. There's one of the posters there said that that small printer, the Core XY printer, will actually compete with the Voron 0.1 because the Voron is a Core XY. It's about that size, maybe a little bit bigger, but the fact that this comes pre-built will actually compete against the Voron design.
Okay, Voron style. Voron.
Voron, Voron. Yeah, they are. It's an open source design.
这是一个机种。
萨坦也有那种，这个可以跟他去竞争吗？
我们后面也对这个机器的一个应用做了一个深度的开发，就是 适配它的 APP，到时候我们可以直接通过手机去画图，画完图之后就可以直接对它，不需要经过电脑，直接给它打印，直接通过 WiFi 传输到这个机器。
Okay, so we are not developing an APP, and then we can just make the drawing on the computer or the cell phone, and then use the Wi-Fi to transfer the data to the Wonder, and then it can print automatically without any operation.
There's a question about the Core XY printer, the Mini, is does it have a USB port? And secondly, what main board is it using?
SP board 是什么？
这个机器的一个主板的一个芯片，它或者是主板的那个设计嘛，这两款都是我们的设计。
是我们自己的。
这是我们自己的设计，然后主板也是我们自己工厂那边生产的，就是我们工厂
PCB 版的。
对 PCB 的主板嘛，主板的一个设计都是我们自己完成，跟自己设计完成，跟自己生产。
Okay, so the PCB board and also the chip are customized by ourselves.
So it's a custom and in-house design board, okay?
Yes, in-house, yes.
But it can be controlled over USB, so you can plug your computer into it and communicate with the board, correct?
可以用电脑直接那个吗？
也可以通过电脑。
Yes, yes, you can also use the computer to connect.
Oh, you have a USB-B port, okay.
Yeah.
So
yes.
instead of no micro SD cards here, or no micro SD, it's actually a USB stick and in a USB-A port, and then you have a USB-B port for your computer uplink. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. 有 USB 和那个电脑。
我们这机器的所有的灯，它都是有指定的一些功能，比如说，正常的话待机状态，如果我没有插入 U 盘，它这个灯是会点亮的。然后如果插进 U 盘，代表的 U 盘已经插进的话，它这个灯会熄灭，这个灯会亮起来，代表它已经进入一个可打印的一个状态。
So every light have the meaning of each status. So when the USB is not on, then the light is red like this. And when we plug this light is off. So after we plug the USB, this light will be on, and also this red light will be off.
So it's a visual indicator for the kids or whoever's using it to let them know that there's something wrong.
Yes, yes, yeah.
Cool. And is that board the same on the Hyper S? Is it also a custom design board?
Yes, yes. I also custom by both of the PCBA boards are customized in-house.
No, that base is not part of the printer, I don't believe. The printer is only the piece on top.
You mean this one?
Yeah, that base for the small printer, for the Core XY printer, the base, the thing it's sitting on is not part of the printer.
所以这个是不是一起一样？这个是这个里吗？
这个吗？
这个下面。
这个只是一个展示。
Okay, it's not a part of this.
Yeah, it's just a stand. Okay.
Yeah, just a stand. This is only the yeah.
Yeah, the dark cube on top. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Someone asked a question, so I have to ask.
Yeah, yeah, it's right. So there should be clear.
Any other questions with anybody in the audience? If you have any questions about the company or the printers, these printers are on Kickstarter right now. Joel Telling has printed with them, and if anyone has seen his stream, he printed fine. He had no issues with it printing. So if you want to see one of these in operation, other than going to the site, the Facebook page for the company, for MixWare, you can check out Joel Telling's stream, 3D Printing Nerd stream that happened about a week or two ago, I believe, and he actually started up both of these and had them running on his stream. So is there anything else you want to add about your company or your printers that you want to add? We've been streaming just over an hour now, so if there's anything you want to add to wrap up or anything you'd like to say before we finish up?
有没有什么总结的？有没有什么再说的？
我主 主要还是想知道大家更希望了解什么东西，就是说，因为我们是作为一个新的品牌，客户更关心的是我们的工厂呢，还是产品呢，还是研发呢，是哪一块？
Okay, so we still have questions for all the audiences.
Sure.
Firstly, thank you for all your attending our this show. So we want to wonder which is important for you when you buy a 3D printer, like the company's profiles or the product or something else. So do you have any suggestions for our 3D printers? Because as a new brand, although we have been founded for many years, but we haven't sold to the market before. So we want to see if you have any suggestions for us as a because we are a new brand here.
Well, while we're waiting for other people to chime in, so guys, that was a question for you, to everybody who's watching. If you have if you have suggestions, please put them on screen. Now, as an end user and a reviewer myself, all right, I think the most important thing is listening to the community, because they know what they need, and if you listen to what they need, and if you build in functionality they're looking for, your printer will sell because it's something they'll want. That's always a big issue with a lot of companies who do not do that, and they keep repeating the same mistakes over and over again because they don't take input from the community.
Okay, 他说要听从那个团体的意见 ，community listen to the suggestion from the community.
我们会在 Facebook 群组里面会持续更新我们的所有的进展，就是生产跟那个设计。
Okay, so we will update the status of the production and also the design in the community on timely basis. So
that helps.
Yeah.
And also, I would also recommend there's two points that were made. First of all, 3D HP Jerry at 3D HP said quality and price. So machines that work right out of the box without having to need a lot of work to get it operational is one. And the other one that we got just now is after sales service. Having customer service, that if someone runs into issues, that they have people available that can help them out quickly, rather than a lot of companies are very slow to get back to end users, and that's a big issue for them because they have a machine sitting there not working for days, weeks, sometimes even longer. And having the after sales service and quick turnaround on that is a very important factor for them.
Okay, I see. 它主要是看价钱价格、质量还有售后服务嘛，这些也是比较重要的。就是因为有一些他们用过之后，那个服务售后的质量可是非常不好的，体验不好。Okay, I understand. I have feedback to Wilson. Thanks for your suggestions.
And there was one more. One more was good, complete, functional firmware and quality parts. Well, from what we've seen, it looks like the machine is well designed, and the firmware will be open source. So if there's anything that's missing or anything that you think is needed to be added to it, the community will have that ability. They will not be locked out and not have the ability to make changes. So they will be open sourcing it. So the community at large will be able to chime in and make changes if needed, if they deem required. And spare parts. If you do ship machines to the US, ship components here as well. So if any parts fail, they're easy to get. They're not waiting 6 weeks or 2 months. I personally was waiting for a main board from a different company for 3 months to be shipped to me from China, whereas having parts shipped to you within the space of a week makes a big difference. So having spare parts in country or in region will also make a big difference.
Okay, I see. 还有一个就是那个配件的问题，反正这个也是，就是说有一些配件太长了，你们肯定在做这个的时候，肯定要准备那易损件啊，或者是备件啊，不然的话就很容易，一旦坏了，它就要等很久嘛。
我们主要其实易损件的东西在快递方面是比较快的，只是我们这种如果是整机发货，我们通过海运嘛。海运的话，它的一个物流时间是非常慢的。
对，我明白，就是他如果收到机器了，然后 你们一般会准备一点吗？
我们这 Kickstarter 上面的这个机器 ，TypeS 上面的机器的易损件，我们已经配了标准，最少会配2个喷头，高温的跟普通的喷头，因为其实在后面的售卖，我们只会配送一款，我们其实已经额外配送了一个。
这个喷头是吧？
是。
Okay, yeah, I know that it's very important for the spare parts and the wear parts. So with the shipment, firstly, we will prepare on Kickstarter right now. We will prepare two sets of nozzle, but for the shipment after we finish the Kickstarter, we will offer one nozzle together with the printer. So and also we have the stock for the components of the wear parts and the spare parts. So I think they will be very quickly to ship the parts to US once the machine is broken or have some problems with the components.
These are all points that were brought up by the audience here. So, and they are very valid points. In some areas, it's easier than others, but when something breaks, it is always important to be able to get access to the components fast. Because some people will use this machine in a full production environment for making parts for customers. Other people will use it for making parts for themselves, and they have a bit more leeway. But when you're doing something for a customer, then it's harder.
Yeah, they cannot be interferes or breakdown for the production.
One question that was just come up is John at Tripod's Garage said that he really likes a small Core XY, and he said, is there any possibility, even aftermarket, to add a display to it on the board?
I mean, can you explain? I'm sorry.
Like a lot of us are makers, so we design and we make changes, we modify our printers to do what we need them to do. And on that small printer, John asked, is it possible, or would it be possible to add a screen, an externally mounted screen to that printer?
增加一个屏幕显示屏可以吗？
我们未来还是计划通过 APP 来去对它进行控制。我们正在开发，就是
能不能加这个能不能？
目前在机器设备上是不能增加的。
他们自己想加的。
自己想加的话，可以通过这个 USB 口进行一个传输。
So currently we didn't plan to add the screen on this Wonder. So if the customer want to add the screen afterwards, if they want to make some adjustment or modification, they can use this interface to add the screen to make some change. We think.
我们有2种途径，一种是通过这个 USB 接口进行，你们如果想要升级屏幕的话，可以自己用这个口来进行通信，也可以通过 WiFi。WiFi 我们 WiFi 的话可以通过手机的 APP 对它进行控制，也是一个屏幕。
Okay, so we have 2 choices here. So we can use this interface here to make the screen to do some upgrade, and also you can use this port interface to connect it with the Wi-Fi, and you can control it on the phone.
Okay, and the phone app is what is the phone app Wi-Fi or Bluetooth?
是蓝牙的还是 Wi-Fi?
Wi-Fi.
Okay, so from anywhere within your home, then you can print. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so if anybody has any last questions, please, in the audience, please come in and ask them. And if not, I'll wait 1 or 2 moments, and we will then go over for closing comments. But guys, thank you for the tour. It was great to see the machines, and it was great to see your setup for testing and your engineering environments and so on. It was for those. A lot of people have been following you on your Facebook page and on your Kickstarter, and it was nice to actually chat with you guys. And I was glad I was able to help get you online, get you live streaming, because we know you had technical issues yourselves. So since there seems to be no other questions coming in, would either of you like to have anything to wrap this up, to say to our audience?
Okay, so thank you for all your attending this meeting. So we appreciate it for your join, yeah, for your taking part in. So thank you also, Liam, for your introduction. And we hope that you will like our 3D printers and will try it, and you will not be disappointed.
Well,
Hay
uh,
pierdo.
they look like the high temp machines are not common out there, so it's nice to have that option available now, because otherwise it means modifying your existing printer to go high temp, whereas you're offering it as a standard kit. So that's a nice option for anyone who prints those
Yes,
machines.
yeah, yeah. You can try. This one is really special. Happiness. Yes, this is we have take 3 years for developing and the research. So we have spared all efforts to make it special on the market. So it can print the materials that the other printers cannot make.
Yeah,
So I
without heavy
think
modifications, they can't. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and right now we have the promotion on the Kickstarter. So it's the best time you can try. Yeah.
So I don't have links to their Kickstarter. I will. I not because I just set this up 5 minutes before we went live, because I was just helping the
Mm.
guys out. So I will get a link to their Kickstarter and add it to the description, and I will get a link to their Facebook group and add it to the description, so you can go check out. And Wilson is always in the Facebook group. So when if you have technical questions,
Yeah.
Wilson's always on the Facebook group, and more than happy to answer questions, any detailed questions. So please, if you have further questions, check out their Facebook group, or if you're interested in backing this, go check out their Kickstarter. After we're done here, I will go back in and modify the description, and I will add in the links in the description for their Kickstarter and also for the Facebook group. Okay, guys. Well, I think
Okay.
that's all.
Okay,
Thank
thank
you,
you so much, Leon.
and
Thanks for
thank
your
you
help.
for letting me help you out.
Thank you. See you.
All right, take care and have a good day.
Have a
Thanks
good
to
day.
everybody who's out there in the audience.
Thank
It's night
you.
for most of you, so good night
Mm,
or good early morning. Those of you in
yeah,
Europe, because we have some people in Europe online also. And
yeah.
have a good evening, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Take care, guys.
Take care. Bye
All right, bye.
bye. 就这样。